Hello everyone and welcome back to DaVinci Guitar. I'm Abigail, this is Jin, and we're excited to have you all for Back to the Basics for Beginner Guitarists, episode 2, where we now cover minor chords in the open positions, going through that musical alphabet that we all know and love, A through G. So first of all, before we get into how to play it, let's talk about some theory. So in theory, a minor chord, as you may know from our past inversion series, is simply a root, a flat third, and a fifth. It's basically a major chord, but that flat third makes a huge difference. It changes the entire sound because instead of having that natural third, which adds that major sound, you flat it, you just lower it by a half step, as we call it in music, and you get that minor sound. In the key of C, the beautiful natural key that we all know and love because it has no sharps or flats, we'd see a C minor chord as a C, an E flat, lowered a half step from the E, and then a fifth being a G note. Now, let's go ahead and jump on in to the guitar and learn these forms. We're going to start with an A minor chord. So, to play an A minor chord, as you'll see on the screen, an A, a C, and an E. An A, a C, and an E, because that flat third. And you're playing those last 5 strings because we want the A note in the bass. Now we're going to move on up to a B minor chord. And a B minor chord is a B, a D, and an F sharp. The form for it is right here on the screen. That's a B minor chord in open position. A B, a D, and an F sharp. Now, don't let go of your guitar in that form quite yet, or do, Jim. Let's jump on up to C minor. C minor just means that we take that form and move it up a half step to a C, an E flat, and a G. Same sound, raised a half step. Perfect. Now, let's go to D minor. A D minor chord is a D, an F, lowered half step, flat third, and an A. The form we want to use here in open position is this, and play the last 4 strings. We want the D in the bass. And that's a D minor chord. Now we want to go to an E minor chord. An E minor chord is an E, a G, and a B. Let me note that it's actually really important to be able to spell your chords as I'm doing right here. So if you can start to say this along with me and even kind of guess what I'm going to say for the next one, that's great practice. And you want to start to be able to do that. Like I said, an E minor chord is an E, a G, and a B. And we're going to play it just like this. All 6 strings. That's an E minor chord. The next chord we're going to go to is F minor. An F minor chord is an F, an A flat, and a C. We're going to play it just like this. Note the form on the board. Play the last 4 strings. And that's an F, an A flat, and a C. An F minor chord. Now, keep this form. Again, just like we did from B to C, we're going to move this from F to G minor, or F minor to G minor. So move it up a whole step this time, because F and G are a whole step apart. Keep this form for the G, the B flat, and the D. Again, learn to spell these chords just like I'm doing right now. It'll be super beneficial for you as you advance as a guitarist. Here's the form, and here's that sound. Again, that G, that B flat, and that D. Well, that is the musical alphabet in all the minor chords in open position. Back to the basics for beginner guitarists, episode 2 on the minor open position chords. Pretty fascinating stuff. Well, Jim, you're up now. What do you have to share with us?
Thanks, Ab. Well, we're going to do the minor chords. Once again, we're going to do it like the alphabet, A through G. very easy to memorize. It is kind of hard to memorize something like A, and then C, and then B, and then F. You didn't learn the alphabet like that. We learned it A through G. And that's what helped me memorize my chords. So what we're going to do, the exercise we're going to do is just what we did last time. We're going to play it 4 beats, 3 beats, 2 beats, and 1 beat. Here's our A minor. We're going to play 4 times. Now we're going to go to our B minor. We're going to go to our C minor. We're going to go to our D minor. We're going to go to our E minor. We're going to go to our F minor. And we're going to go to our G minor. And I do have one other thing to say. Some people do ask me, why is F minor and G minor a bar chord, or why do we consider that an open chord? Well, the reason is because F minor has an A flat, and we don't have an A flat string. So we do have to bar. So even though we play in this chord, we do call it an open F minor, even though we're not playing an open string. Same with the C minor. The C minor has an E flat. Well, we don't have an E flat string, so that's how come we have to play it this way. And that was a quick tip.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jim. Super helpful information that all guitarists should know, no matter if you're a beginner or an advanced player. It's important that every single person, no matter if you played 2 months, 2 days, 2 years, 20 years, that you know how to play all of your chords in open position with major, minor, which has been covered in the 2 lessons so far in DaVinci, and then also dominant, which is coming up next, so stay tuned for that. DaVinci Guitar, out.